So, good day everyone. I am Charanti Hawk together with my group mates. So, today we are going to discuss and introduce and also share the 10 local successful entrepreneur here in the Philippines, and also we are going to share their uh, kind a successful story on how they became a successful entrepreneurs. So, first is Manny Villar. So, first is Manny Villar. So, known as Manuel Manny Bamba Villar Jr. So, he was born on December 13, 1949, with an age of 75. He also a Filipino businessman and former politician as senator year 2001 to 2013. Also, 20th President of the Senate of Philippines year 2006 to 2008. He is Speaker of the House of Representatives year 1998 to 2000 and one of the richest individual in the Philippines. He also launched a highly successful business in real estate. Senator Manuel Manny Bamba Villar, uh, patay. I mean, before Manny Villar became a successful entrepreneur, he also experienced circumstances. So, his father, Manuel Villar Sr., so, ang occupation na day siya papa before, kay kaning low-ranking civil servant, and nagpuyo na po sila under rented apartment. And also, the main source of their income was their small fish and shrimp in Divisoria. So his mother, Curita Bamba Villar, mo ni siya ang kaning ang silbi ang namaligya og kaning katong ilang, which is ang ilang business nga sa Divisoria nga katong mamaligya og kaning isda og shrimp. So this experience taught him the value of hard work and resourcefulness. So by working with this mother, Manny was able to cover his tuition and other school expenses, relieving his mother of the need to hire additional help. So instead of maghiring ang iyang mama og kaning taga kaning taga sa tabang sa iyang mama ngadto sa kaning ilahang kaning business, siya nalay muing tabang siyang mama ngadto sa ilahang business. By balancing work and studies was a constant challenge for Manny. Imagine, while you're studying in college, and then kanabang murag nagkuan ng imong work o ng imong pag-eskwela, like sa challenging siya kay syempre kaning gidungan gud nimo ang imong pag-eskwela while nagkuan sa while nag-eskwela, like mura siya kaning kuan ba kaning working student, something ing ana dito something yan working student gyud, pero sa ilang kagaling ang business. So he attended the University of Philippines, where he earned his bachelor's degree in business administration and later a master's degree in business administration and accounting. And after he graduated, he then worked with the accounting giant firm SGV Corporation, but ming resign siya para to try his luck into his first business venture mo tong pagkuan niya pagpanarbaho niya. After pila ka kaning months, years ata, ming resign siya para maghimo siya og kagalingong business. So, Manny Villar's journey from a fish vendor son to a business tycoon and public servant is an inspiring story of perseverance, ambition, and resilience. So his life demonstrates that with hard work, an entrepreneurial mindset, and a commitment to giving back, it is possible to overcome adversity and make a significant impact on society. Mara to, that's all. Kang Manny Villar. So next is si
Video na ka?
C. Emilio Yap.
Emilio Yap, known as Emilio T. Yap Sr., born on September 24, 1925, died on April 7, 2014. He is a Chinese-Filipino business tycoon and philanthropist, chairman and founder of the Manila Bulletin, which he transformed into a leading media organization. He contributes to various industries, particularly in publishing and real estate. He was also involved in various charitable activities. Yap started working for others as a trader at a shop in Dumaguete City and a master cutter of t-shirts in the factory of Manila. He went his own as an entrepreneur. He became trader of threads, ballpoint pens, and watches. After World War II, he bought and sold surplus vehicles like wartime U.S. trucks and military jeeps in late 1940, and with his persistence and perseverance, he became a successful entrepreneur in the field of being a businessman. And the next one is
So the next one is John Ramon Aboitiz. So he was known as John Ramon Melendez Aboitiz. Born on April 26, 1948, died on November 30, 2018 with the age of 70. So he is a Filipino businessman and president of the Aboitiz and Company Incorporation (ECO) and Aboitiz Equity Ventures, which is AEV, part of the Aboitiz Group. He was a chairman of Visayan Electric Company, or VECO, Double Light and Power Company Incorporation, and Aboitiz Gibson Bulk Transport Corporation. He was a vice chairman of Aboitiz Power Corporation, APC, and Union Bank of the Philippines. So he was also a director of International Container Terminal Services Incorporation, or ICTS, Blomberry Resorts Corporation, HAPA. And lastly, Lloyd Philippines, Cotabato Ice Plant Incorporation, and Bukidnon Hydropower Corporation, and etc.
Daghan pa jud ni ko.
Albertis control over 50 progressive firms. He started with the Albertis Group in 1970 after graduating from the University of Santa Clara, California, with wait lang po, with BS Commerce major in management. From manager, wait lang. From manager, he became its president in 1976, and in 1991 became president of Aboitiz and Company of the Aboitiz Shipping, and lastly, Aboitiz control over 50 progressive firms.
Okay. Next is Alfonso Chauqui Yuchingco, also known as Alfonso Yuchingco. Born on February 6, 1923, died on April 15, 2017. A Filipino accountant, banker, and businessman, and also one of the largest family-owned conglomerates in the Philippines, and also a founder of Yuchingco Group of companies including RCBC, Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, and Malayan Insurance. And also he established the Maupia University, which has become one of the leading engineering schools in the Philippines.
At his young age, his parents dressed him as a girl until he was 6 years old to cheat the fates. When he is adult in his college year, he became a stellar student in De La Salle University. They resumed their work on their family business even they are in the devastation of war. After the death of his father, Alfonso reigned over the family business and became successful of his field.
And the next entrepreneur is Manuel B. Pangilinan, known as Manny Pangilinan or Mimbipi. Born on July 14, 1936 with an age of 78. He is a Filipino businessman and sports patron, managing director and CEO for First Pacific. And he began his success story in the telecommunications industry. He started his career at First Pacific Company Limited, where he played a key role in expanding its investments into the Philippines. Pangilinan became the CEO of PLDT Incorporation, one of the largest telecommunications and digital services companies in the country. And under his leadership, PLDT expanded its services and modernized its infrastructure. His, his strategy, vision of focus, and innovation have been significantly shaped the telecommunications landscape in the Philippines.
And then next entrepreneur is Jaime Zobel de Ayala, known as Jaime Zobel de Ayala y Pifets, or Jaime Zobel, born on July 18, 1934 with an age of 90. A Filipino businessman here in the Philippines. So, his success story in the family business Ayala Corporation, which was founded by his ancestors in the 19th century. So he took over leadership in the 1980s and focused on diversifying the company's investments across various sectors, including real estate, banking, mga bangko, and telecommunications. Zubel de Ayala's strategic vision and commitment to sustainable development helped transform Ayala Corporation into one of the largest and most respected conglomerates in the Philippines, driving significant growth and innovation. So, ang one of kaning masarani business niya kay kanang sa Cebu kanang Ayala Mall ana mo na one of his kaning business nga tukod or corporation.
The next entrepreneur is Ricardo Enriquez Reyes Jr., commonly known as Ricky Reyes, also known as Mother Ricky, born on April 12, 1950, with an age of 74, and also a Filipino hairdresser, entrepreneur, and television personality, and the owner of the Ricky Reyes chain of the salons, host of the television program Gandang Ricky Reyes.
The money he earned from sweeping floors was used as capital for his first beauty parlor in 1970. Reyes now has 44 branch network of Gandang Ricky Reyes salons. The story of hair and beauty guru turned entrepreneur Ricky Reyes is a classic rags to riches tale. Based sa
So, katong before siya nahimo siya successful no kay mingagi siya og kaning pagpanilhig, which is kaning nangagi siya kaning trabaho nga pagpanilhig gani sa kaning malagi na sweeping floors kanang tigsilhig ba. Then ang iya pong gitigom sa iyang previous nga kaning trabaho which is sweeping floors is iyang gitigom para maka kuan gigamit ang katong laging iyang salon I mean ang iyang sweldo. So ang iyang sweldo mo lagi to iyang sweldo sa iyang trabaho katong pagpanilhig gihimo niya kapital para para ipatukod og kaning beauty parlor. So moto after pila ka years nakapatukod na siya og not just one but more than one nga kaning salon which is 44 ka branch and iya kining gipanganlan og kaning Gandang Ricky Reyes Salon. Bienvenido Tantoco, known as Bienvenido Benny S. Tantoco Sr., born on April 7, 1921, died on July 6, 2021 with an age of 100. He is a co-founded upscale retailer, Rostan's Group in 1951, also a founder of Pure Gold.
He started his business in a one-room shop at their home on San Marcelino Street in Manila 60 years ago with the help of his wife named Glacy, until they achieved through their sheer of hard work and bright innovation. Wilfred Stephen B. Oitengsu Jr., or known as Fred, born on November 21, 1961 with an age of 63. Filipino businessman, and he is also listed as the 35 richest in the Philippines. He began his journey to success by taking over the family business, Alaska Milk Corporation, which was founded by his father. He initially worked in various roles within the company, gaining valuable experience and insights. Oitingsu focused on modernizing operations and expanding the product line, which helped establish Alaska as a household name in the Philippines. His strategic vision and commitment to quality played a crucial role in the company's growth and success in the dairy industry.
And then the last one entrepreneur is Felipe Gozon, known as Attorney Felipe Henry Lapus Gozon. So he was born on December 8, 1939 with the age of 85, a Filipino lawyer, business executive, and a current chairman and advisor of the board of directors of the GMA Network Inc. So his successful story as a lawyer before venturing into the media industry, he co-founded GMA Network Incorporation, which started as a small radio station and grew into one of the largest television networks in the Philippines. So Gozon's leadership and vision for the quality programming and innovative broadcasting strategies helped transform GMA into a major player in the Philippines media landscape. So his commitment to excellence in journalism and entertainment has made a significant impact on the industry. Um, and then that's all. That's all the 10 entrepreneurs that we shared to you. That's all. Thank you po. Thank you for listening and watching.